right, chapter 21 of Genesis. Let's get right into this. Isaac is born. Chapter 21. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time for which God had spoken to him. Verse 3, and Abraham called the name of his son, who was born to him, whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. Then Abraham circumcised his son Isaac when he was 8 days old, as God had commanded him. Verse 5, now Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. And Sarah said, God has made me laugh, so that all who hear will laugh with me. She also said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? For I have borne him a son in his old age. Verse 8, Hagar and Ishmael depart. So the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast on the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, whom she had borne to Abraham, scoffing. Therefore she said to Abraham, cast out this bondswoman and her son, for the son of this bondswoman shall not be heir with my son, namely with Isaac. And the matter was very displeasing in Abraham's sight because of his son. But God said to Abraham, do not let it be displeasing in your sight because of the lad or because of your bondswoman. Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice, for in Isaac your seed shall be called. Verse 13, yet I will also make a nation of the son of the bondwoman, because he is your seed. So Abraham rose early in the morning, took bread and a skin of water, and putting it on her shoulders, gave it to the boy, to Hagar, and sent her away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Verse 15, and the water in the skin was used up, and she placed the boy under one of the shrubs. Then she went and sat down across from him at a distance of bow shot, for she said to herself, let me not see the death of the boy. So she sat opposite him and lifted her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad. Then the angel of God called to Hagar out of the heaven and said to her, what ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him with your hands, for I will make him a great nation. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. Then when she went and filled the skin with water and gave the lad a drink. So God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. Verse 21, he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt, a covenant with Abimelech. Verse 22, and it came to pass at the time that Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his army, spoke with Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me, with my offspring, or with my posterity, but that according to the kindness that I have done to you, you will do to me and to the land which you have sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear. Verse 25, then Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well water which Abimelech servants had seized. And Abimelech said, I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, nor had heard of it until today. Verse 27. So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Then Abimelech asked Abraham, "What is the meaning of these 7 ewe lambs which you have set by themselves?" And he said, "You will take these 7 ewe lambs from my hand, that they may be my witness that I have dug this well." Verse 31. Therefore he called that place Beersheba, because the two of them swore an oath there. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. So Abimelech rose with Phicol and commander of his army, and they returned to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and they called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham so journeyed into the land of the Philistines many days. And that is verse 21 of Genesis. So as verse 21 starts, we see Isaac is born. The promise happens for Sarah. She conceives the baby and has a baby, and it is Isaac, the promised one, the one that will share the Abrahamic covenant with his dad. And we also see Hagar and Ishmael being forced to depart because there are bad feelings there. Sarah is not liking her former maidservant because of the sin that she allowed to happen so long ago. So we see them leave, and it looks like it's going to be bad news for them, but the Lord comes and rescues Hagar and Ishmael and does not let them die because he is the son of Abraham and will start the race of the Islamic people that we know today. And we see a covenant with Abimelech. I am not sure about this, what all that means. And then we see something here that I had forgotten about, and this is going to be, I believe, the first mention of the Philistines. We will hear a lot more about the Philistines as we continue on through the Bible. The Philistines are, I don't know exactly where they came from. I believe we will find out. And the Philistines are, if I'm not mistaken, are considered the modern day Palestinians that we hear so much about these days. I believe that's where at least the name came from. Philistines, Palestinians. Yeah, I think that's what that is all about. So, join me in my next video as we tackle chapter 22 of Genesis. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Thanks for watching.